Physiology of pancreas. Here is a rough diagram of acinus. You can see. Now what happens on stimulation of acetylcholine and cholecystokinin, these lobules start secreting pancreatic juices. And here by intercalated duct cells, on stimulation of acetylcholine and secretin, they also secrete some things like fluid rich in bicarbonate ions profusely. So cholecystokinin comes from I cells of intestine and secretin comes from S cells of intestine. As I told, these bicarbonate ions maintain an alkaline pH because pancreatic juices work in alkaline medium, and whereas stomach enzymes work in acidic medium. So the acidic chyme coming from stomach has to be neutralized. So that is done by bicarbonate ions. Now let's study enzymes of pancreas. Enzymes secreted by pancreas. So for proteins, we have endopeptidase and exopeptidase. Endopeptidase, by its name, we know that it cleaves the bond from in between the protein chain, the amino acid chain, and that includes trypsinogen and chymotrypsinogen. And exopeptidase, it cleaves from the sides, that is from the carboxyl group and from the amino group side. So and these include procarboxypeptidase and proaminopeptidase. Procarboxypeptidase by its name from the carboxyl side, and proaminopeptidase by its name from the amino side. For lipids, lipase, cholesterol esterase, phospholipase A2, lysophospholipase. For starch and carbohydrates, complex carbohydrates, amylase. This amylase breaks down starch into sugar, smaller sugar. And for nucleic acids, deoxyribonucleases and ribonucleases. Deoxyribonucleases for DNA, for breaking down DNA, and ribonucleases for breaking down RNA. Now these enzymes from the lumen, they travel through the ducts and reach the duodenum. In duodenum, what happens? There is an enzyme known as enterokinase, and this enzyme activates trypsinogen to trypsin, and then this trypsin activates rest of the other enzymes from the pancreas in the duodenum. So this was exocrine function of the pancreas, exocrine physiology. Now let's study the endocrine function, that is blood glucose regulation, which is done by islets of Langerhans. So we already know that it has alpha cells, beta cells, delta cells, and these three important cells which secrete, alpha cells secrete glucagon, beta cells secrete insulin, and delta cells secrete somatostatin. So alpha cells secrete glucagon, which breaks down glycogen to glucose in the liver, and it also reduces the glucose uptake in the tissues and muscles, so that it can increase the level of glucose in the blood. And now beta cells, they secrete insulin, and we all know what insulin does. Insulin decreases the glucose level in blood. So whenever the glucose level goes up, the pancreas secretes insulin, and this then converts the glucose into glycogen, and it increases the uptake by tissues and muscles, and it also converts glucose into carbohydrates, proteins, and all, so that it can reduce blood glucose level. So now what does somatostatin do? Somatostatin reduces glucose and insulin level in blood when they go up more than when they increase more than their normal range. Here I have got a fact about pancreas. Pancreas also have taste receptor cells, and that it can sense the presence of sugar, as well as it can also sense artificial sweeteners. But unlike tongue, it doesn't relay sensations back to brain, and instead these sensations help the pancreas to maintain the constant blood glucose level. Islets of Langerhans also secretes pancreatic polypeptide, and there are many some other cells too in pancreas, like enterochromaffin cells, of the pancreas, they secrete hormones like melatonin, serotonin, and substance P. So this is all for physiology. Thank you.